Now on CoastTV News.
The super soaker of a storm is winding down, thankfully. We do get a chance to dry out for a couple of days and then another rainy system for Saturday. I'll track that last round of rain on Futurecast coming up.
Land change near Milton, the recent decision by Sussex County that could bring new business near the banks of the Broadkill River.
Crime changes and challenges. Well, we're learning about all of that from Ocean City's police department.
Regulating Rehoboth Beach basements as homeowners look to convert them into living spaces. City officials are saying not so fast.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Thursday, March 7th, 2024. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Marley. Thanks for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
Paige, I don't know if you've noticed, but we've had a lot of rain lately.
My car sure noticed.
A lot of people have noticed.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of puddles on the roads. Is that what you're talking about with your car?
Exactly that. It wasn't raining when I came in this morning, yay, but how many times do I say this? A lot of our back roads don't have street lights. You don't notice you're in a puddle until you're in it. So just be very careful if you're driving before the sun is up. I mean, it was a real thing this morning. I started the hydroplane a little bit.
Oh,
very scary, yeah.
It
is. So, and again, just you can't see. You got to just drive, I guess, extra slow and really look out for those puddles.
Yeah.
So let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihe now. Bob, should those puddles dry up later on today?
Yes, guys, they will, and good morning. And the falling rain is over, but we have the aftermath, so to speak, the large puddles driving in this morning, Paige. And Matt, I also saw the puddles, fields flooded, ditches flooded, so just take it slow, leave extra time this morning. And we are seeing things winding down, maybe a little bit of patchy drizzle, light rain, but the main event is now long gone. We're still stuck in the clouds and still some light drizzle and light rain across Delmarva, but the main event has moved to the north, so no more heavy rain. Out the door this morning, we have temperatures into the low 50s, so really not all that bad. And the winds have now shifted to the north and west, so it will be a cooler day. Here's Futurecast. A lot of clouds this morning. What you don't see is, well, maybe a little bit of patchy drizzle, patchy light rain. So grab the umbrella just in case, and then we should start to dry it out through the day. By noon, mainly cloudy, and the winds start to pick up from the north. So the highs early afternoon into the upper 50s, then falling into the afternoon and evening with cloudy skies. So maybe a few raindrops and maybe a little peak of sun for today, a little more sun tomorrow, and then another round of rain for Saturday. It's a yellow alert day. I'll have the details on that in your forecast coming up in just a bit.
Thanks, Bob. Big plans are being proposed for this land that sits off of Routes 1 and 16 in Milton. The property is near the Rookery Golf Course.
And the land has been the subject of debate for a good couple of years now, and it's possible uses are getting a mixed reaction from neighbors. Coast TV's Charles Reiner shows us what the land could have in store.
These 65 acres behind me here are moving forward with something new, but that something new isn't entirely clear yet. Now, the developer Ocean One Holdings LLC has not supplied site plans yet for what they want to do, but Sussex County Council did approve the zone change from agricultural residential zoning to commercial district zoning. That would open the door to a lot of different things, from a gas station to even a water park. One person I spoke with today said he's open to the change right outside of Milton's town limits.
This is an area that's growing, and I think I know my neighbors here would probably welcome a new shopping center. We're kind of limited on what we can do here, especially like places to eat.
Since this development is right by where DelDOT is building its new overpass at routes 1 and 16, the developer will have to work with the agency to tie the roads into that new overpass. I'm Charles Reiner in Milton, Coast TV News.
To Ocean City, where the police department there released their annual report detailing the crimes committed in the town over the past year. And according to the report, special enforcement and narcotics arrests down by 15%, but crimes were up by 6%. We went to Ocean City to learn how people feel about this. One woman who works in the town thinks police could take a little more initiative when on patrol.
I was walking home from Montego Bay and I didn't feel necessarily safe, and I saw a police officer along the side of the road, and I do wish that he had stopped and asked if I was okay.
That was the small kind of change that some community members say would make a big difference in the perception of safety in Ocean City.
And it's not just that data. The report listed a number of police initiatives, so we're going to walk you through this. So according to the report, Ocean City Police do security checks at people's homes and run a bicycle registration program, the goal being to fight against theft. They offer free classes to learn about police work. The department runs a program to prevent trespassing. They're also working to help homeless people in the town. along with training officers to spot drunk or high drivers.
And this does bring us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what is your top priority for tackling crime in Ocean City?
Whew, no question there. 83% of you say increased policing. All right, there's obviously what the majority is saying, but 11% of you say you'd like to see stricter laws, 4% community programs, and 2% better education. A lot of options still there. You can still vote. Go to coasttv.com/vote or scan that QR code there on your screen. Well, Sussex County leaders have renewed a contract with Delaware State Police to act as the county's police force. At a recent county council meeting, the council agreed to work with the state for at least 3 more years. Sussex has done this since the 1990s. According to the county officials, they'll pay over $4 million this year, so there are enough officers around. They also plan to add more officers over the next 3 years.
New out of the Delaware General Assembly, some protection for victims of sexual assault, harassment, and discrimination. House Bill 327 was introduced on Wednesday. It places a higher burden of proof in retaliatory lawsuits. Those are lawsuits filed against the victim by the accused. And in the event of a settlement, it blocks information about the assault, harassment, or discrimination from being made public. The bill is now under review in the Judiciary Committee.
Happening tomorrow in Lewis, city leaders are meeting to map out how Lewis will spend its money next year. At 9 a.m. at City Hall, the mayor and city council will talk about the city's budget for 2025. They'll be looking at what's changed since their last meeting, explore new ways to make money, and decide how to spend that money. The current proposed budget plan focuses on city safety, activities for children, and improving public spaces like nature trails.
In Rehoboth Beach, uninhabitable basements are apparently a growing problem in that city. Commissioners are raising concerns about the trend of converting basements into living spaces without the right safety measures, and they say these spaces are often below 6 feet, 6-inch ceiling height requirement. During a recent meeting, Building Inspector Cody Shinko highlighted that about 2/3 of the new homes built annually in Rehoboth Beach have these unfinished basements. The city made recommendations that include clearer definitions for basements and crawl spaces. No decisions were made, but further discussion and a draft ordinance are expected.
An update now from a tragic accident that happened Tuesday morning in Lewis. Delaware State Police have identified 58-year-old Lisa Norton of Lewis as the woman who died. According to police, Norton was biking on Route 24 when she crossed in front of a truck. Troopers say that caused the truck driver to crash into her, and she died there on the scene. The 60-year-old truck driver from Salisbury was not hurt.
Delaware Electric Co-op says scammers are attempting to get information from its customers. Scammer claims to offer members 30% off their electric bill if they give their debit card information. So if you think you've been scammed or have questions, contact the co-op directly. We just learned earlier this week that imposter scams like this are the leading type of fraud used in Delaware.
As former presidential candidate Nikki Haley drops out of the race, Maryland and Delaware voters have a lot to think about. So here are the key dates to follow for the primary elections in both states. Delaware's presidential primary election is scheduled for Tuesday, April 2nd. Those polls will be open from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. The Maryland primary will be held on Tuesday, May 14th. Now, like Delaware, voters can hit the polls from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m.
Now taking you live to our nation's capital. It is in that building right there on your screen that later tonight President Biden will deliver the State of the Union address. Biden is expected to focus on the economy, push more abortion access for women, and ask for more American taxpayer money for Ukraine.
And all this comes hot off a string of wins on Super Tuesday. NBC's Bree Jackson shows us what Biden is expected to address in this year's speech.
From investments in infrastructure projects to lowering prescription drug prices. During his State of the Union address tonight, President Biden is expected to tout how his administration's policies are making a positive difference in Americans' lives.
The president will outline an agenda that is about continuing to build on the progress that we've made over the last 3 years.
Administration officials say the president will also lay out his priorities, ranging from creating a fairer tax system to tackling divisive issues like a woman's right to choose.
Protecting women's reproductive health in the face of relentless attacks from Republican elected officials.
Senator Katie Britt from Alabama is set to deliver the Republican response. The GOP argues the Biden administration's policies are doing more harm than good.
If you had to describe in one word what you believe the State of the Union is, you've heard the word crisis, you've heard catastrophe. I think maybe a summary is decline.
From the southern border to the economy to foreign policy, the facts are quite clear. Joe Biden has failed on every single issue.
Millions of Americans will be watching as the race for the White House comes into clear view, a rematch between President Biden and former President Trump. Tonight, the president will attempt to ease voters' concerns and make his case for re-election. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
All right, Matt, well, we're just getting started this morning.
Page coming up, eager for Eagles. We'll show you why the Delaware Botanic Gardens is raising money for cameras at the facility.
Also, feeding students in need. We're telling you how many meals were packed by volunteers yesterday.
And this popular restaurant plans to reopen soon after being hit by lightning. We have the big weekend that the restaurant says they will return. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Their hands have always been there for you, a calming, reassuring presence, protecting, nurturing, guiding you. They've helped you find your own strength. Now you find that your hands are the ones supporting and working to ensure they are safe. That can often be challenging or even strain your relationship. With help from Commonwealth Senior Living at the Eastern Shore, you and your loved one can return focus to your relationship as parent and child, improving the lives of seniors, their families, and each other. That's the Commonwealth difference.
When shopping for a used car, you're certainly researching the car, but are you researching your dealership? Most just do the work a vehicle needs to pass the inspection and only include a short 90-day or 6-month warranty. This can lead to costly repairs on top of your car payment. At Buchanan Subaru, we ensure certain safety measures exceed even Maryland State Inspection's higher standards. Plus, we include an unheard of 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on most of our used cars.
For more information from the experts at Buchanan Subaru, go to delmarvaexperts.com.
At Draper Media, we offer more than TV and radio advertising. We reach your customers wherever they are, at the gas pump, in bars and restaurants, driving around Delmarva, in a taxi or rideshare at the beach, on social media, or searching for products and services, checking their email, and listening to podcasts or streaming video. Our plans fit all your business needs. Email Frank Hamilton today.
A diagnosis of fibromyalgia or rheumatoid arthritis can leave you feeling helpless and wondering how to control the pain. Acupuncture is a holistic approach that releases endorphins, improves energy levels, and eases widespread body pain.
I suffered from RA and fibro pain for 11 years. Acupuncture has worked for me. I'm enjoying time with my grandchildren. My pain is manageable now. Delmarva Acupuncture has gave me my life back.
To learn more about how Delmarva Acupuncture can help with fibro and RA, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
5:13 on our Thursday morning as we're slowly drying it out. Irish Eyes, Cam and Lewis. A little bit of wind. You can see that on the ship there on the flag. 51 degrees. And we've got the clouds. Watch out for areas of patchy drizzle and light rain this morning. But the steady soaking rain is now gone. And we'll continue the drying process as you can see that steady rain lifting to the north. Out the door, temperatures in the low 50s. And we have a northwest breeze. We like to see that. That's a drier wind direction. And off to school for the kiddos. Maybe giving them an umbrella just in case, drizzle, light rain, but there will still be big puddles out there. Watch out for that. 51 off to school. Then cloudy skies, a few peaks of sun heading home in 57.
Work will begin in Laurel. DelDOT says it will require lane closures in the area and will start on Central Avenue from Market Street to Poplar Street and Georgetown Road. 4 more streets are slated for this project. Crews will begin work on March 18th and it will go through August 18th. A big construction project kicking off in Salisbury. The work will take place at the intersection of Route 12 and Robbins Avenue. It's promising safer roads and smoother traffic. The Maryland Department of Transportation State Highway Administration has announced over a $3 million initiative set to improve that area by the end of the year. The department says improvements include a new left turn lane on northbound Route 12, dedicated turn lanes on Robbins Avenue, a traffic signal, and more. You may remember that in June of last year, Smoker's Barbecue Pit in Ocean City was hit by lightning, suffered a lot of damage from a fire. You can see some of that damage on the photos here. At the time, the restaurant posted, quote, "We need time to rebuild and come back better than ever, and we will see you soon." An announcement from the Smoker's Facebook page says, quote, "Drum roll, please. After a very long wait, we are pleased to announce that our grand reopening can get you some." The restaurant will be opening St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Okay, maybe some of you guys like this, some of you won't, but Oscar Mayer releasing meatless hot dogs and sausages. The Kraft Heinz owned brand says the vegan, not hot dogs and not sausage, have a smoky and savory taste that mirror the regular versions. They'll be rolling out nationwide later this year. Kraft amped up its partnership with Not Co. for the plant-based foods. Mattel is releasing 8 new dolls to kick off the 65th anniversary of Barbie. In honor of International Women's Day, the dolls are based off of women who inspire girls through storytelling and encourage them to be brave, confident, and daring. They include some stars like Viola Davis and Dame Helen Mirren. International Women's Day is coming up Friday, and Barbie's anniversary and her birthday is on Saturday. Still to come this morning, feeding students in need. We're telling you why one volunteer at the Milford Food Bank says its programs are so important for students.
The steady to heavy rain is done, but watch out for large puddles. Still a lot of standing water out there. Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam. Lots of clouds and patchy drizzle this morning, but the drying process is underway for a couple of days. Imagine that. Then the last in a series of rainstorms come in on Saturday. Sunday looks better. I'll have the details on that after the break, and I'll show you those impressive rainfall totals as well.
When I decided to have my kitchen done, I knew I wanted it done professionally, and that's when I contacted Ellen. She took me to the Delmarva Design Center.
From the moment I bring a customer into Delmarva Design Center, the ideas start to flow. First thing we do is take a stroll around the showroom so we can look at all the different vignettes to get ideas of what they like and see what they react to.
For each of the different aspects that I wanted to change in my kitchen, there were experts here, and everyone was so helpful. They listened to what I had to say, and they had great ideas that helped me put together exactly what I wanted for my kitchen.
My goal is to have the customer enjoy their space as quickly as possible, and Delmarva Design Center helps me do that.
My kitchen is one of my favorite places now. It's something that I use every single day of my life. I'm elated with my experience at the Delmarva Design Center.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, we're exploring the pivotal role hospitalists play in patient care. Plus, on Spill the Tea, can personal choices and family expectations coexist peacefully? Coast Life today at 4 on Coast TV.
Take the DSN app with you wherever you go and never miss a game from your favorite local team. Whether you're on the road, stuck at the office, or out with friends and family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live, so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV, download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group. From the court to your living room, catch the dribbles and the buzzer beaters. High school basketball lives here on Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams.
We're Coast Country, and we're Delmarva proud.
5:18, and you are looking live at Lewis. And Bob, it seemed like yesterday, once the skies opened up, it was never going to end. We got soaked yesterday.
Yeah, I heard a previous meteorologist I worked with call it a frog choker, you know, and I think for good reason, because, boy, that rain was stomping down really hard into the afternoon and into the night. And we saw over 2 inches of rain pretty much for everybody. Look at Georgetown leading the way at 2.53 inches. Slaughter Beach over 2 1/3 inches. The same for Indian River Inlet. 2.3 inches in Millsboro. Rehoboth and Bethany Beach both 2.27 inches of rain, and the list goes on. Laurel 2.2, Dagsboro 2.10, 2 800ths in Lewis, 1.91 in Harbison. So there were a couple of places below 2 inches. Seaford 1.89 in Bridgeville, 1.78. But boy, was that a soaker. But at least we have a chance to dry out. We're looking at a lot of clouds right now. Could still see some patchy drizzle or light rain, but the steady rain is now well to our north and east. We're just dealing with kind of the aftermath clouds and just kind of generally unsettled weather over the top of us. And that's for today. This system will move out. And then tomorrow, this is our weather across the Midwest, where they're seeing a nice little stretch of dry weather from the Ohio Valley into the Tennessee Valley. And that will slide in as we go into your Friday. But that's short-lived. Temperatures out the door this morning, not bad, into the low 50s, and the winds are coming out of the northwest now. That's good. That's a drier wind direction, but still a lot of clouds this morning, a little bit of drizzle, light rain. Winds pick up out of the north, and we'll be seeing our highs in the upper 50s, close to 60 inland areas, late morning, early afternoon, 40s and 50s along the coast. But then the winds shift northeast later today with falling temperatures, still kind of cloudy, some peaks of sun. But I think we do clear it out a bit as we go through tonight with partly cloudy skies. And into Friday morning, we're looking at upper 30s and lower 40s and partly cloudy skies. And Friday, not looking bad. We actually see some sunshine. That's amazing, isn't it? By the afternoon, it's going to be chilly, though, 40s and low 50s, warmer towards the US 13 corridor and then cooler along the beaches. And then we start to thicken up the clouds Friday night, and that's in advance of the next system. And it looks like it's coming in a little quicker. So that means rain breaking out maybe late morning, early afternoon on Saturday. The rest of Saturday is a soaker into Saturday night. And then we're looking at drier and cooler conditions on Sunday. So it looks like a 50-50 weekend. And with that weekend rain on Saturday, could see another half inch to about an inch of rain. And the winds really pick up Saturday afternoon, gusting 30 to 40 miles per hour out of the south, maybe over 40 miles per hour into the evening. And then with a cold front, the winds shift, and they're still pretty gusty to end the weekend. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 59 with the clouds today, Friday 53. Then, yes, another yellow alert on Saturday, 53 for the rain. But then blustery and cool on Sunday. At least we'll see some sun, 54. 52 Monday. Could get a little frosty early next week, and then the 60s are back for the middle of the week. Our umbrella winner today is Lee Revis Plank from Milton. Congratulations, Lee. You have a brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Bob, thank you so much. Delaware gearing up for its Severe Weather Awareness Week. It's March 11th until the 15th. It's an important initiative backed by a coalition including the Delaware Emergency Management Agency and the National Weather Service. This campaign is set to prepare people for the types of severe weather conditions, from thunderstorms and hail to tornadoes and flash flooding. DEMA says each day will spotlight a different hazard, offering vital safety tips to ensure everyone's preparedness.
Yesterday, dozens of volunteers at the Milford Food Bank of Delaware helped pack bags of food for students with food insecurity. It's part of the bank's backpack program. About half of the volunteers were students from Cesar Rodney's Strive program. The clear baggies were packed with non-perishable, kid-friendly foods that will go to students in need in both Kent and Sussex counties. Bill Shoup has volunteered for 3 years with the bank and has seen this need firsthand.
I've been in education for 30 years and 20 years at the college, and I always believe in giving back to the community. So when I saw this, I've been here 3 years, when I saw this I thought, oh, that's a good thing. And I came here and I really enjoy this.
Volunteers like Shoup helped fill about 1,000 bags of food. Up next on Coast TV News today, Delaware Botanic Gardens raising money to study eagles, and we will tell you how that study could impact the entire ecosystem. We'll be right back.
Draper Media is seeking a passionate field correspondent for our daily and commercially driven lifestyle and entertainment show, Coast Life. You'll provide live coverage, produce pre-recorded programs, and maintain a strong digital presence. Candidates must have a dynamic on-air personality, be innovative, and show versatility while working with our clients. Learn more and apply today at drapermediajobs.com. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Coast TV and the First Alert Weather Team. Your safety, our commitment. Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
With all the choices of services on Delmarva, where do you even begin? Trust experts of various fields with Delmarva Experts. Sponsored by Kitchen Concepts Plus, Chesapeake Eye Center, Apple Discount Drugs, FLC Energy, Spicer Brothers Construction, Mattress Peddlers, Homewell Care Services, Robinson's Jewelry and Coin Shop, Delmarva Acupuncture and Wellness Center, Mast Audiology Services, Riptide Restoration, Delmarva Dave, and Buchanan Subaru. Visit DelmarvaExperts.com for various local professionals offering the best of Delmarva. Delmarva Experts. Local experts right when you need them.
I have no calluses, 40 years of turning letters, they're still soft.
Well, it's not like you're changing tires.
Thursday at 7 on CoastTV.
Next Jeopardy! It's the semifinals of the Tournament of Champions. When anything can happen, one thing is certain.
We are in for a wild ride.
Next Jeopardy!
Thursday at 7:30 on CoastTV.
Dan Fielding, at your service.
You thought you could come in here like some stretched out wolf blitzer?
The verdict is in. Night Court is outright refreshing.
It's real now.
Melissa Rauch has precision comedic timing.
I am a human chill pill.
As someone who took chill pills in the 80s, you need a new dealer.
And John Larroquette delivers.
They say you can't fight City Hall? Well, I'm not going to fight.
A new Night Court Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
The Delaware Botanic Gardens hoping to raise money for a camera to study bald eagles that have set up a home in the woods of the garden over the last few years. You can find the eagles sitting high in the trees as you walk the paths. The Delaware Botanic Gardens hopes by adding cameras, it'll allow them to continue the garden's mission.
We have the native plants, we're certainly building upon that, we're building the plant collections that we need here as a Botanic Gardens, but also we wanted to make people aware that providing a balance where the foxes and the groundhogs and the wild birds can actually live in a type of harmony and automatically keep each other under control is all part of the sustainable mission that we have here at the garden.
And if you're an eagle and nature lover and you don't exactly want to wait for those cameras, just be sure to go to the Delaware Botanic Gardens, which opens up for the season coming up on March 14th.
Yeah, that is coming up, Paige.
Yeah.
First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey is here with us again. And if you like checking out the beach, perhaps going for those walks, I think today is your day. Wasn't
Today
yesterday.
is your day.
Not at all.
That's right. But watch out on the boardwalk. You know, it could be a little slick still from the wetness that we had, the rain, and still a lot of standing water out there. But just mainly cloudy today at the beaches. We have a northwest wind, waves around 2 to 4 feet. Temperatures in the 50s. Ocean City, you should get to around 55 or 56, around 57 in Fenwick Island. You might see a peak of sunshine as we go through the afternoon. And then early on, maybe a little bit of light rain and drizzle as well, especially around Lewis and Rehoboth. Otherwise, mainly cloudy skies, temperatures into the mid-50s, maybe some upper 50s as we go into the afternoon. So looking like kind of a cloudy, raw ride on the ferry up to Cape May. But the sun returns briefly on Friday, and then some weekend rain. But this is the last of the rain, the last round for a while. I'll have more in your forecast coming up in a few minutes.
And we're thrilled to announce that Coast TV has a brand new Facebook page for the latest in news, exclusive content, interactive discussions. Make sure to visit and follow our new page. Just head over to facebook.com/CoastTVNBC, or you can just scan that QR code there appearing on your screen. That way you can stay connected with us.
Sounds good. Coming up after the break on Coast TV News today, IVF immunity impact. A bill protecting IVF in Alabama has passed. We'll tell you what this means for providers and those hoping to start those treatments.
Also tonight, the president will give his State of the Union address, and we have details on his plans for the country and also his own campaign.
And ideas for rezoning. We'll tell you what could be to come for a piece of land across from the Rookery Golf Course in Milton. Don't go anywhere.
Look who's cooking for Sussex County Habitat for Humanity. Volunteer chefs from local realtors compete for the best appetizers, entrees, and desserts, and you can try them all. It's an evening of tasty treats, raffles, and door prizes at the St. Jude Parish Center on March 21st at 6 p.m. in Lewis. For more information about the event and to get your tickets, go to SussexCountyHabitat.org. We'll see you, Delmarva, at the Look Who's Cooking Challenge, March 21st in Lewis.
From the time that I established Garlic Builders, I instilled certain core values into my company, like I learned in the military. The number one approach that I instill in my team is a client-first mentality. The relationship with the client goes far beyond the construction process. Years down the road, I want to be able to grab a cup of coffee or grab dinner and reconnect. For so many, this has been a dream of theirs to own a beach house, and it brings great joy to us to be able to be that bridge, to be able to make their dream finally come true. We're a family of builders, Grolic Builders, homes built with honor.
Take the DSN app with you wherever you go and never miss a game from your favorite local team. Whether you're on the road, stuck at the office, or out with friends and family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live, so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV, download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
On the next Cameron Hall, exclusive. We could all use more Tiana Taylor. Between the Oscar buzz and the awards she's been raking in for her performance in the movie 1001. You were born to play this woman. What are you manifesting in this moment for yourself? Just all the things that I want. She talks life at home with her beautiful girls, Junie and Rue, and her new movie people are talking about, The Book of Clarence, next Cameron Hall.
Thursday at 3 on Coast TV.
This is Coast TV News Today.
March 7th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Morning, Paige.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
5:30 as we make our way on this Thursday morning. Expecting clouds today, but at least for now, little break. We won't be hit with a downpour today.
No, I think Bob said maybe a few raindrops here and there. So don't be like if it starts to rain. You guys said it won't rain. It might have touched.
It's not a sunscreen.
No.
SPF 57 or whatever you use.
That shows how much sunscreen you wear. What is it again? Yes, SPF. I have 30 on right now because sun can always get through the clouds.
It's blinding in here.
You know what I mean? Anyways, let's bring in Bob before we fight again about sunscreen. It's not summer yet. We're not there yet. Bob, good morning.
You guys know SPF season is just around the corner, so we can chop that up pretty soon. But we are not looking at a lot of sun today, but that steady, heavy rain is gone. Still seeing a lot of clouds this morning. And you might want to grab the umbrella just in case there's a little bit of drizzle, very, very light rain, and still a lot of clouds across the area. The main event is now well to our north with low pressure moving into New England, but still unsettled weather hanging back behind this system will keep us kind of cloudy for the day. As we're looking at temperatures out the door, not bad, lower 50s, and this is nice. We like to see a northwest wind, and as that slowly dries us out, we could see a little sunshine today with a little bit of that patchy drizzle this morning. Winds start to come out of the north, and we're looking at upper 50s, maybe around 60 in Salisbury early this afternoon. Cooler along the beaches. Then I think the clouds fill back in this afternoon, and the temperatures do start to fall once again. Here's your drive cast. I did give it the yellow light this morning because there's a lot of standing water in the ditches, fields, and on the roads. Use extra caution. And looking better this afternoon, I gave it the green light with mainly cloudy skies, a few peaks of sunshine.
All right, thank you, Bob. Change could be coming to a piece of land across from the Rookery Golf Course in Milton.
However, what could go there, still a mystery. Coast TV's Charles Reiner shows us what some of the options are.
The rezoning of this land just outside of Milton has been approved, but the mystery around what's going to be built is only growing.
Like a shopping center or maybe some additional places to eat.
Sussex County Council unanimously approved Ocean One Holdings LLC's request to change this land from agricultural residential to commercial. Effectively, what that does is open up a whole list of options for what could go here. According to Councilman Mark Schaefer, the developer's attorney said they could possibly build retail space and entertainment options, like a movie theater, for example. And he says the construction of the overpass that's already going on there makes it an ideal spot for development.
I've been preaching for years that we need to build roads and infrastructure before development occurs. And this is the perfect example of roads being built prior to development occurring.
Local Tim Roseborough says he is open to just about anything with one big exception.
I think we got enough housing developments around here. Like a shopping center or maybe some additional places to eat. I would welcome something like that.
While there is no definitive sign of what could go out there, one thing seems clear. There's no stopping the growth all along the coast. According to Schaefer, the developer will now have to go through the county's site plan approval process. I'm Charles Reiner, Coast TV News.
A new bill introduced in Delaware on Thursday hopes to help victims of sexual assault, harassment, and discrimination. House Bill 327 places a higher burden of proof in retaliatory lawsuits. Those are lawsuits filed against the victim by the accused. And in the event of a settlement, it blocks information about the assault, the harassment, or the discrimination from being made public. The bill is now under review in the Judiciary Committee.
Lewis leaders are continuing work on the city budget. Mayor Andrew Williams and the city council are holding a workshop this week, and they will look at what's changed since their last meeting. Also explore new ways to make money and decide how to spend that money. The current proposed budget plan focuses on city safety, activities for children, and improving public spaces like nature trails.
And heading to the coast, pedestrian safety back on the table for Fenwick Island. The town will meet to talk about safety on Route 1, specifically focusing on sidewalks, crosswalks, and medians. Also, traffic calming measures. Now, this meeting is slated for March 12th. It begins at 2 p.m.
More pushback against development in Sussex County. The environmental group Sussex Preservation Coalition is holding a public meeting on March 12th. The group claims to want to protect the environment and save open space. This meeting will focus on DelDOT's report on the 5 points and coastal corridor and plans for Route 9 improvements. This meeting is set for 7 to 8:30 p.m. at the Lewis Library on Friday.
Happening today, President Joe Biden delivering his State of the Union address. According to the White House aides, this year's address aims to lay out an agenda he can quickly take out on the campaign trail. Some of the items include protecting the Affordable Health Care Act, expanding efforts to relieve student debt and housing costs. The president is also expected to call on both political parties to take action on issues including tackling a fentanyl crisis, increasing assistance for veterans, addressing mental health, and finding a cure for cancer.
And also happening today, the Senate taking up a package of 6 spending bills that cleared the House yesterday. This is to avoid a partial government shutdown.
The bills fund the Departments of Commerce, Justice, Veterans Affairs, Interior, Transportation, and more through the end of September.
Analysts say keeping the rest of the government open past March 22nd could be harder. Party leaders don't have an agreement yet on that package, and it covers the Department of Homeland Security.
Impeachment proceedings against its secretary are still in those works. Well, Alabama lawmakers have now passed the IVF immunity bill. This after last month the state Supreme Court ruled that frozen embryos are children with a constitutional right to life. The bill grants civil and criminal immunity for in vitro fertilization service providers and receivers. The legislation is designed to allow patients and clinics to immediately restart IVF treatment in Alabama. Many clinics paused IVF services after the procedure was thrown into uncertain legal territory by the Supreme Court's ruling.
More news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up on Coast TV News today, aiming for adoption. We'll tell you the latest event where you can bring home a furry friend without the worries of an adoption fee.
All right, and also semifinal send-off. We have the Delaware High School basketball playoff action from Wednesday night.
And fighting against forever chemicals, we're telling you the efforts from DENREC to protect Delaware's water. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Join us for the Coast Country Cares Supply Drive for Operation We Care on Saturday, March 23rd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Hawker's G&E Supermarket in Bethany Beach. Help pack care boxes full of snacks, personal items, and more for first responders. Let's show how much we appreciate those who go above and beyond for our community. See you on Saturday, March 23rd from 11 to 1 in Bethany Beach. For more information, go to coastcountry.com. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
Draper Media is searching for a full-time entry-level accountant. Successful candidates should have at least an associate's degree or equivalent experience. Candidates with experience in Sage Intacct will be given preference. It's an extremely detail-oriented job involving problem solving. Join the Draper Media team today as our next accountant with full benefits. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
At Chesapeake Home Services, we take the risk so you don't have to. Trust our team with the sale and installation of your new water heater, and if you're not satisfied for any reason within the first year and we can't fix it, we'll buy it back. Making sure you get the best possible water heater at an affordable price, we offer friendly financing options for as low as $55 a month. When it's time to get a new water heater, take the hottest bed out there. With Chesapeake Home Services, we always go the extra mile.
Service sure to make you smile. They always go the extra mile.
From inside Iran, from Israel, from Florida, from Lewiston, Maine. Part of our continued reporting. This is what a country at war looks like. Women, children. What is it like? Countless neighborhoods across the region that look just like this. Everybody good? It took for all this damage to occur.
5:39 on this cloudy, a little bit of a dreary Thursday morning. Hershey exteriors cam calming down out there. 51, still some patchy drizzle, light rain, but you can see nothing widespread right now on our satellite picture. Just some blips of green as the main rain is now gone. That has moved up into New England, but still some unsettled weather sitting over us. So still that chance of seeing a few raindrops this morning. Temperatures in the low 50s, and we're seeing winds coming in out of the northwest. That will slowly dry us out. Today's checklist: you need the umbrella in the morning just in case. The same for the raincoat and the rain boots because there's some big puddles out there. Pack your patience. Watch for flooding still on some of those side roads, and you can grab the sunglasses for later on today. Remember to call the First Alert Weather Line 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. It's sponsored by Baird, Mendalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
Bob, thank you so much. Delaware taking a stand against forever chemicals, also known as PFAs, that are found in everyday items and don't break down in nature. The state's health and environmental teams are working together to make sure people's drinking water is safe from these chemicals. According to DENREC, these chemicals pose a significant threat to public health and the environment. The agency says teams are now testing water all over the state.
If you are looking to improve the environment in your community, the Center for the Inland Bays is asking people to join its volunteer training sessions. The center will train volunteers on shoreline ecosystems or forest conservation. These trainings are available both in person and online. Next training date is March 20th at the center's headquarters. That's at 6 p.m.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Yeah, today's the day from the Bob. Dover boys basketball plays for a spot in the state final against Middletown. So here's a little bit more about the Senators, home of the 2024 Henlopen champions. But there's more in sight for head coach Stephen Wilson's team. And for a group that got knocked out of the playoffs by Seaford a season ago, they are hungry to go above and beyond in this 2024 postseason.
To finish off our mission, you know, we got to the Final Four, but that's not good enough. A lot of teams talk about getting to the Bob, but, you know, we want to continue to win and win our first state championship. So before we do that, we have to win every quarter in the semifinals first, you know. So that's what we think about, winning every quarter. If you don't lose a quarter, you don't lose the game.
Also tonight, UMES battles Delaware State in the season finale on DSN. The women can finish the season 15-14 with a W over the Lady Hornets and improve to 10-4 inside the Heights Center this season. UMES is coming off back-to-back losses, but the Hawks did top Del State by 30 on the road earlier this season. Tip-off of that game is slated for 5:30. After that one, the men's team tries to once again defend home floor. UMES fell to Del State by 4 in overtime earlier this season, but a win would be the Hawks' 9th of the year. All of those victories coming inside that home building. Again, coverage of that one beginning just around 7:30 tomorrow night. And you can catch all the action right here on DSN. That over sports. Have a great day, everybody.
Today in entertainment news, a new way to experience last year's biggest movie and the next movie for a current Oscar nominee. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Get ready for Barbie the Movie in concert. Macy Schmidt and the Barbie Land Sinfonietta, an all-female, majority women of color orchestra, will perform the film's award-winning music as the movie is shown on a giant screen. The tour launches July 2nd in Tampa, Florida, with shows planned in 37 North American cities. More info at BarbieTheMovieInConcert.com.
The world expects brothers like you and I to walk in with our heads held down. Nah, what you gotta walk in like a king. Everything is yours.
I'm divine now. Yeah, this is mafia.
Here's your first look at Sing Sing, based on the true story of prisoners who found purpose and meaning in a prison theater group. The drama features Oscar nominees Coleman Domingo and Paul Raci and an ensemble of formerly incarcerated actors. Sing Sing opens in theaters this July. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Still pretty wet out there. Puddles, watch out for that. Looking pretty cloudy in Salisbury right now in our Tidal Health Cam. A little bit of drizzle, light rain, but the super soaker is gone. The heavy rain is gone for a couple of days as we do dry it out, but more rain for the weekend. And then it's dry for real after that. I'll have the details in your forecast coming up.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, we're exploring the pivotal role hospitalists play in patient care. Plus, on Spill the Tea, can personal choices and family expectations coexist peacefully? Coast Life today at 4 on Coast TV.
The Harry Kay Foundation presents the second annual Chocolate Crawl on Saturday, April 13th in downtown Rehoboth. Enjoy delectably fabulous chocolate creations and then vote for your favorite to win top prize. For tickets and info, visit harrykfoundation.org/events.
Get ready for the opening of Jolly Roger Amusement Park. This will be our last sale before the season starts. Visit us online at jollyrogerpark.com to buy your discounted passes for the summer. And check out the passes for all of our parks from March 1st to March 28th. Use special code JOLLYBEAN2024 to save 25% off all passes and merchandise. Make 2024 another Jolly Roger Park summer.
Plumbing problems?
If your toilet won't flush and your water stops running, pick up the phone and call East Coast Plumbing.
Heating problems?
If it's cold outside and the heater's not running, pick up the phone and call East Coast Plumbing.
Marital problems? Yeah, call that guy.
If your toilet won't flush and your water stops running, pick up the phone and call East Coast Plumbing.
For all your plumbing and heating needs.
It's now or never.
2 dead bodies in the name of free speech.
Nobody needs to die today.
This girl was targeted.
You come and see it by my daughter!
When you're undercover, one mistake and it's all over.
Can I go home now? That's not how this works.
Law & Order Thursday on NBC and Peacock.
It is 5:46 on your Thursday morning. Let's take a live look right now at Salisbury. Bobby, yesterday we looked at this camera and you could hardly see through it because the raindrops on it. So a much more clear morning. The sky is not necessarily clear, but the cameras are more clear.
The cameras are clear. The roads are wet, but we don't have that stomping down rain like we had yesterday, Paige. So that's a bonus. Says that really heavy rain is now gone. Remember to scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the Coast TV weather app. Get your phone in camera mode and go ahead and download that. You'll see lots of information on there. And here's some more. The rainfall amounts the past 24 hours have been impressive. Over 2.5 inches of rain in Georgetown. Slaughter Beach over 2 1/3. The same for Indian River Inlet, 2.3 in Millsboro. Rehoboth and Bethany Beaches, 2.27 inches. And the list goes on. Laurel, 2.2. Dagsboro, 2.10. 2.08 in Lewis. And then a little bit below 2 inches in Harbison, Seaford, 1.89. And Bridgeville, 1.78. So it was a soaker. And this morning, could still see a little bit of drizzle or light rain as the system is still hanging around a little bit. Now, the main energy from it has moved to the north, but still kind of unsettled over the top of us with the clouds, drizzle, and light rain. But there is some drier air to the west, and then that will build in for tomorrow. Out the door, temperatures not bad, into the low 50s. We've got a northwesterly wind right now, and that's a good direction to dry us out, but it will be a slow process. A little bit of drizzle this morning, mostly cloudy today. Winds start to pick up out of the north. Could see highs in the upper 50s early afternoon, but the winds start to shift to the northeast. The clouds increase and temperatures will fall afternoon into this evening. I think tonight the skies do clear out a bit, so that's certainly good news. And then Friday starts colder into the 30s and 40s, and Friday will be a partly cloudy day, but it will be chilly with 40s and 50s for highs. But then the clouds increase again tomorrow night, and then we're watching the next system. Unfortunately, the timing not the best as it moves in on Saturday. It is a yellow alert day for heavier rain. That rain picks up into the afternoon, into the night, but then it clears out for Sunday. It's blustery and cooler, so I think we'll salvage the second half of the weekend. And the first part of the week is cold and breezy, but we're looking at about a half inch to about an inch of rain from Saturday's system. That wind really starts to crank up Saturday evening out of the south, 35 to 45 miles per hour, and then shifting behind a cold front, but still pretty windy right through Sunday into Monday. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 59 with the clouds today, 53 on Friday, some sunshine, and then Saturday the rain builds in, 55, continues into the evening. Remember, clocks go ahead 1 hour Saturday night for daylight saving time, 54 Sunday. Some cold mornings beginning Monday morning into the mid-30s, maybe a little frosty and starting cold that week. But then by the middle of the week, partly cloudy and temperatures into the low 60s.
All right, thank you, Bob. And for more weather updates, make sure to pull out your phones and scan the QR code. Bob talked about that just a few moments ago. That way you can get our First Alert weather app and you can download the app for free to get all the weather updates you need.
In Seaford, the city is planning for its annual hydrant flushing. Flushing begins Monday. It'll start on the west side of the city and then work its way east. The city says it should take between 4 to 6 weeks to complete, and city officials say it's very important. Check your water quality before you wash your clothes. Run the dishwasher or any other sensitive use during the entire period.
The Mulberry Landing boat ramp that's just within the Assawoman Wildlife Area near Bethany Beach, it is closed for construction. Denrec says the project aims to pave and make the parking lot bigger. During construction, the agency says the wildlife area will remain open with alternative boat launches available at Holtz Landing State Park, Indian River Marina, and Rosedale Boat Ramp. The construction is set to be done by April 14th.
Dewey Beach thinking about offering kayak and stand-up paddleboard storage. Town officials say they think it could provide more healthy, family-friendly activities in town. They also say those racks will be located on the bay close to the kayak launch area. But the town wants to hear your opinions on this. So there is an online survey on this problem or issue right now if you want to fill that out.
Brandywine Valley SPCA is teaming up with North Shore Animal League America to mark the 24th annual Tour for Life event. This collaboration brings the mobile adoption unit, a 40-foot shelter on wheels, to Dover's Petco this Saturday, March 9th. Potential adopters will have the chance to adopt dogs and cats from the Brandywine Valley SPCA. To make the event even more special, adoption fees for adult cats and large dogs over 40 pounds will be waived.
Coming up on Coast TV News today, if a job listing or an offer seems too good to be true, experts say, yeah, you should be aware. We're going to show you red flags you need to look out for when searching and applying for jobs.
We're seeing brightening skies right now in our Irish Eyes Cam and Lewis, but cloudy, a little bit of drizzle, very light rain this morning. But the heavy rain is gone and we'll dry it out for a couple more days, but then more rain for Saturday. Then we finally dry it out into next week and warm it up. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
Hello! What's funky, fun, and fabulous? The Pottery Place in Fenwick Island. Explore over 12,000 square feet of fabulous finds, from furniture to gifts, home decor, art, pottery, housewares, and more. New pieces arrive weekly, hand-selected for the ultimate unique shopping experience. Looking for something extra special? Special orders and free local delivery is available.
We have everything under the sun.
There's something for everyone. The Pottery Place in Fenwick Island, Delaware. A family tradition for over 50 years.
Draper Media, an equal opportunity employer, is dedicated to provide broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should email humanresources@wboc.com.
Take your seat for the 8th Annual Ocean City Film Festival, March 7th through 10th. Enjoy 100 independent films and meet the people who made them. We're welcoming the legendary John Waters, live on stage with his Hairspray movie at the Ocean City Performing Arts Center on March 9th. Tickets start at just $59. Come on down and stay in an oceanfront hotel room starting at only $89 per night. Discover how to fest and get your passes at ocndfilmfestival.com.
Don't miss the free Health, Fitness, and Leisure Expo, March 9th at Cape Henlopen High. Bring the family and tell your friends. Admission is free. A full array of health, fitness, and leisure products, fitness centers, physical therapy, health food, home products and services, and even water sports. BB Healthcare will be providing free health screenings. Don't miss the free Health, Fitness, and Leisure Expo, March 9th, 9 to 4 at Cape Henlopen High.
Is your dryer vented into your crawl space? Do you even know? Each year, nearly 3,000 house fires are caused by dryers, many to do with improper maintenance and venting. Vents should be cleaned and inspected annually and should never vent into the crawl space. Call DryTech. We'll clean and inspect your dryer vent and, if necessary, reroute it and assess your crawl space for mold and moisture damage. Call now for our dryer vent cleaning and checkup for just $149. Plus, get our crawl space assessment free. DryTech, Delmarva's original crawl space expert.
Get live satellite and radar. Download the free CoastTV First Alert weather app. Sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
LinkedIn reports 50% of workers will actively look for a new job this year, and most of those people will search online to find one. But beware, job scams are a growing problem. According to the Better Business Bureau, about 14 million people are exposed to an employment scam each year.
Yeah, I know a few people who've been exposed to them. They almost got them, so you got to be careful. But now scammers are finding even more ways to get people on board. Alexa Lorenzo shows us some of the red flags to look for to save yourself from a scam.
Indeed, Glassdoor, Simply Hired, Monster, and LinkedIn are just a few places people look for jobs. But job scammers are everywhere, and they're upping their game to find new, clever, and appealing ways to trap people. The Federal Trade Commission says scammers list jobs the same way as real companies and even have imposter HR people pretending to be from actual companies conduct interviews via email or text. The Better Business Bureau reports one of the most common scams is a work-from-home job to receive and reship items. Many people that fall for this do the work and never get paid. Fake checks, secret shopper, and caregiver scams are also frequently reported. So how can you tell a real job post from a fake one? You're asked to pay any kind of fee or purchase a new phone or laptop before starting your new job. You're required to provide your bank account information before you start the job. The job posting is not listed on the company's website. The job description and requirements are vague, and the pay seems high for the work to be done. Experts say always do a Google search on the company. Make sure the website the recruiter shared matches the real website. Also, consider setting up a second bank account so you aren't giving out details to your main account. Most importantly, insist on talking to the recruiter and future teammate in person or at least on a video chat. With ways to help you know what's real and what's not, I'm Alexa Lorenzo reporting.
The Better Business Bureau says just remember, if you have to pay a fee, do anything out of the ordinary to get the job, or feel rushed to accept it, it is likely a scam.
It's now 5:56. Time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
On your screen right now is a pup who embodies what many of us are feeling right now on Delmarva. As you can see, Benny, our good friend here, is all over the rain we've been getting this week.
This is so funny. So Benny's small. Do you think that umbrella's kind of small too? You know, it looks like he fills up a good portion of it.
Yeah, it looks like he's protected.
It's his own little puppy umbrella.
That's the important thing. He's getting protection there.
Sorry, I love Benny. He makes me laugh. Okay, we're going to keep seeing your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos. Tell us what makes your pet so special.
You can scan the QR code at the top of your screen right now, and that way you can submit your furry friend to Coast TV News and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
All right, it's 5:57 now. Benny might like today's forecast.
What we've been dealing with this week, I like today's forecast, and it isn't even that great, Bob.
Yeah, Benny's stealing my thunder again.
Yep. He does that.
She had the clock earlier in the week with daylight saving time. The clocks go ahead 1 hour or so. That's probably a reminder. And she had the umbrella, too. Just a reminder of that we needed for this morning. But good job, Benny. Looking really good there. We're looking at the clouds. A little bit of drizzle this morning, and then otherwise this overcast really much of the day. A few peaks of sun. I'm hoping for 59, but that's farther inland. Some of us will be cooler. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Oh, my goodness. I have a sun icon in for Friday. Was that a mistake? No, I'm thinking partly cloudy. 53, but then the rain returns Saturday with a yellow alert day. And as Benny said earlier in the week, clocks go ahead 1 hour on Saturday night. Dries out and it's blustery Sunday and Monday, cooling down 30s at night. But then next week it warms up into the 60s beginning Wednesday, up to 66 Thursday. But you know what a dry work week means? Probably rain by the weekend. That's looking like the case next Saturday.